Did you know the key to vibrant health and sustainable living is closer than you think? Welcome to the Nassau Health Food Store Organic Living Podcast, your weekly guide to Amelia Island's best-kept organic living secret. Brought to you by Nassau Health Food Store by Steve Adams. This podcast is here to help you discover farm-fresh produce, holistic wellness tips, and practical ways to live a healthier, more natural life. All right, here on beautiful Amelia Island, whether you're a longtime local or new to the island, we are here to inspire you to embrace organic living. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode of Amelia Island's Organic Living Secrets. And if you're ready to experience the organic difference, visit us at Nassau Health Food Store in Amelia Island. Your body and the planet will thank you.
Hey everyone. Thank you so much for having me on the show again. My name is Dr. Daniel Kessler, and I'm a board-certified family medicine physician trained at Mayo Clinic. And before I went into private practice and became a medical doctor, I actually spent time working at the Center for Disease Control's National Center for Environmental Health in Atlanta, Georgia. And environmental health has always been very close to my heart. Now today, I want to talk to you about 4 things that you are probably hearing a lot of in the news. One of them is PFAS, microplastics, mold, and heavy metals. Now, I know that these words can sound intimidating, and if you've read some of the headlines over the last months and years, then you might feel a bit worried. But here's the thing, today, my goal is to spend some time with you, but also not to scare you. My goal is to empower you, and I want you to walk away from this episode understanding what these things actually are, why they actually matter for your health, and most importantly, what simple action steps you can take right now to protect yourself and your family. So think of this as a conversation with your doctor, one who happens to have a background also in environmental health. So go ahead, grab your coffee, settle in, and let's get right into it. So let's start with PFAS. Now, PFAS stands for per and polyfluoroalkyl substances. Now that's a mouthful. You may actually have heard of them called forever chemicals, and that nickname actually tells you a lot. In plain English, these are man-made chemicals that were designed to resist water, oil, and heat. They've been used since the 1940s in all kinds of everyday products. For example, we're talking about non-stick cookware. You know, your classic non-stick frying pan, stain-resistant fabrics on your couch or carpet, water-resistant jackets, fast food wrappers and takeout containers, even some cosmetics and dental floss. These chemicals are incredibly common. So why do we call them forever chemicals? Because they essentially do not break down in the environment. Once they're out there, they can persist in our soil, our water, and yes, even in our bodies. Studies from the Centers for Disease Control and others have found that the PFAS in the blood of the vast majority of Americans tested have been elevated. Now that sounds alarming, but let me put it in context. Having a detectable level does not automatically mean you're going to get sick. What it does mean is it is something you definitely want to pay attention to. The health concerns that research are studying include things like effects on cholesterol levels, thyroid function, immune response, particularly in children, and there are even some associations with certain cancers. Of course, the science is still evolving and we learn more every year. The EPA, which is the Environmental Protection Agency, has also been taking this seriously and has also started setting new guidelines for PFAS in drinking water, which is of course one great step forward. Now here's the good news. There are some practical things you can do and I'd like to share them with you. Action step number 1 I want to share with you is that you can filter your drinking water. This is the single biggest thing you can do. You want to look for a water filter that is NSF certified to reduce PFAS. Reverse osmosis systems and certain activated carbon filters are very effective options. You really don't need to spend a fortune. Even a quality countertop or under-sink filter can make a real difference. You can always check the NSF website to see which specific filters are certified for PFAS reduction. Action step number 2, you can reduce non-stick and stain-resistant products in your home. You don't have to throw everything out tomorrow, but when it's time to replace your cookware, consider switching to cast iron, stainless steel, or ceramic options. When buying new furniture or carpeting, look for products that say PFAS-free or skip the optional stain-resistant treatment. Small swaps over time do add up. Next, I want to spend a little bit of time on microplastics. Microplastics has been in the news actually more and more, and in fact there was also a study that came out in the New England Journal of Medicine where patients were examined to have microplastics built up in their carotid arteries. Those are arteries that are in the neck, and when they did some testing, they were actually able to document that these microplastic particles were present. And ultimately, the problem with that is it leads to ongoing inflammation within the arteries, which can actually lead to problems including strokes and cardiovascular disease. So microplastics is really a topic that has exploded in the news over the past couple of years. And what are microplastics? So these are exactly what they sound like. Incredibly tiny pieces of plastic, smaller than 5 millimeters. Some are even microscopic. They come from the breakdown of larger plastic items like bottles and bags, from synthetic clothing fibers that shed in the wash, from car tires wearing down on the road, and from packaging materials. They are in our water, our food, the air we breathe, and yes, studies have now detected, as I mentioned, that they can be present in human blood, lung tissue, placenta, and of course in the arteries, like I mentioned. Now, I want to be honest with you, the research on microplastics and human health is still in its early stages. We know that they are present in our bodies, but scientists are still working to fully understand what that really means in terms of health effects. Some early research suggests potential concerns related to inflammation and cellular stress, but we don't really have the complete picture yet. And that's okay. That's how science works. We observe, we study, and we adjust our recommendations as we learn more. But since these studies have shown that these particles are present and can lead to inflammation, it is really that we really need to be informed as citizens that these environmental threats are real and we are exposed to them on a daily basis. What I usually tell my patients is this: we don't need to panic, but it does make good sense to reduce our exposure everywhere we can, because reducing exposures are easy changes that can actually benefit your health in multiple ways. So, what are some action steps for microplastics? Action step number 1, we want to rethink how you use plastic with food and drinks. This is a big one. You want to avoid microwaving food in plastic containers or with plastic wrap. Heat causes plastics to break down and to release particles into your food. You can switch to glass or stainless steel water bottles. When you can also store food in glass containers instead of plastic. If you buy bottled water regularly, you can also consider switching to a home filter with a reusable bottle. These simple swaps significantly reduce your daily microplastic intake. Action step number 2, you can use a water filter that targets microplastics. Just like with PFAS, a quality water filter helps here too. You can use reverse osmosis filters, and you can use solid carbon block filters that are effective at capturing microplastic particles. This, of course, is a 2-for-1 benefit. You are addressing both PFAS and microplastics with one investment. Should you have well water, this is especially important since it may not go through any municipal treatment process.
Before we wrap up, I want to talk to you about something important. Have you ever stood in the grocery aisle overwhelmed by choices, wondering which products are truly good for you and the planet? In today's world, it's becoming increasingly difficult to find food that's not only nutritious, but also ethically sourced and environmentally friendly. Many of us want to make healthier choices, but the sheer amount of conflicting information out there can be paralyzing. Every day you delay making the switch to organic, you're potentially exposing yourself and your loved ones to harmful pesticides and GMOs. Not to mention you're missing out on the superior taste and nutritional benefits of organic produce. The longer we collectively hesitate, the more damage is done to our health and our planet. That place is Nassau Health Food Store. We've done the hard work for you, curating the best organic and natural products so you don't have to second-guess your choices. From farm fresh produce to pantry staples, from supplements to natural beauty products, we've got everything you need to live your healthiest, most natural life. Visit us today and experience the peace of mind that comes with shopping at Nassau Health Food Store at Amelia Island. Your body, your taste buds, and the planet will thank you. We're located at 833 TJ Corson Road, Fernandina Beach, Florida 32034, United States. We're open Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Saturday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Sunday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Can't make it to the store? Check out our online shop at www.nassauhealthfood.com. Thanks for tuning in to the Nassau Health Food Store podcast. Until next time, eat well, live naturally, and stay healthy.